Only mode.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special Viral Angels webinar this evening. With us we have Mr. Tony Norman, who's the CEO of Viral Angels. So if anybody's got any questions which develop through the presentation, please type them into the box there, and we will do a Q&A after the main presentation. So without further ado, I will hand you over to Mr. Tony Norman. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks, Garo. Hi, guys. Nice to be here. I'm glad you're here tonight. My name is Tony Norman. I'm the CEO of Viral Angels, an interesting product I'm going to tell you a little bit more about tonight. Sorry about that. So Viral Angels is a closed members club. What we do is we work with small and medium-sized publicly traded companies. My team has experience of over 200 listings on different stock exchanges over the world. We've been working in London, Frankfurt, Stockholm, a few American listings, etc. And what we do is we offer companies to take them public, and in the process we actually dress them and assist them in creating a structure that works for them reporting-wise, and allow them to trade their shares internally on our own platform called VAX, Viral Angels Exchange. What we do is we help the companies going public, and we increase their shareholder bases. And I'll explain to you what that is all about. We've got a pretty good track record so far. A member who joined in mid-2012 when we launched would have made just over 300% return in their portfolio value by New Year's. We've published 4 companies on the website so far. So we had a pretty good return. What you see here on the screen is a screenshot of one of the trading days in one of our cases where we had an 800% increase. This is a public company we took over, and we replaced the board and set a new direction for it. As a networker, we pay a revenue share to the network structure, and we also operate a very attractive car bonus program. We also offer a number of upsales options for our members or networkers, which means you can create quite high order values and high commissions. As a member in Viral Angels, you benefit by, most important, by receiving free share allocations from companies that publish on our exchange. What we do is we actually get paid by the companies in shares, and then we distribute them to our members for free. The member also benefits from the performance and the share value. Hopefully most of them will perform well, and you have another value increase. And the member also benefits from performance on investments if they take part in the crowdfunding activities. Those are the hard benefits. Then there are a number of soft benefits like training, ability to take part in deals more actively, etc. I'll go more into detail and explain to you how this is done. So, what do? Well, there are 2 models when we work with companies. The first one is described on this slide. What we do is we select a company that fit our criteria. And what are those? Well, one is that they have to undertake to go public within 18 months. They should, if possible, benefit from a partnership with a networking company, but not network marketing company, but not necessarily. But 3 most important, it has to be globally expandable and scalable. When we've located that company, we work with them to develop a strategy to go public. We execute all the legal work, we do financial planning, and we actually pay the cost of doing that for them. And a process like that can usually take between 6 and 9 months, and for strategic reasons there could be a reason to wait even longer. So the time until they've actually gone fully public, we allow the members to trade their shares in the company between themselves internally on VAX. What we do is we charge the company in shares, so we get paid in shares, and what we do is we take 80% of the shares we receive and we give them away for free to our members. This is what we call a share allocation. The whole idea of that is, of course, that the members benefit, but the company benefits as well, because what it does is it widens its shareholder base, which is a very important key factor in stock liquidity, which I'll get back to. This is one way how we create share allocations. The second scenario is where we find an already publicly traded company, where for any sort of reason it's underutilized or it's got low liquidity, or might be in a situation where we could add a value. And what we do is we take a position in the company. Usually in a public company, you don't need a majority vote. You just need enough to control a shareholders meeting. So what we do is we drive our own agenda. Often we bring acquisitions into the picture, mergers, strategic partnerships, etc. Maybe a partnership with network marketing company. And again, what we do is we get paid by taking shares in the company, and we allocate those for free to our members. These are the two ways we allocate shares. What we do is we create wealth. We put a face on value. Very often, value isn't accurately described, and companies aren't valued the way they should be. So what we do is we identify this, we find synergy effects, we increase the value of a company. And the interesting thing about what we do is because we take them public and we allow the members to trade internally, excuse me, we actually create a built-in exit strategy for you as a member in each case. This is very rare. And what we do is we actually monetize on our members. And what that means is because the companies want more shareholders, we actually use our shareholder or member base and give away shares to them. So it's a perfect win-win. So the companies, what do they benefit from us? Well, we help them raise funding for their projects. We do that by investing ourselves. We assist them in doing an IPO, and we also do crowdfunding, where we have a base of about 4 million people we reach in total. The most important part is the shareholder base. If you're a public company, few people know this, but the key to stock liquidity, which means that the stock is actively traded, which in turn means that the stock is actually real cash, all depends on the number of shareholders. It's not an automatic formula. It's not an instant quick fix. But the most important factor is a large number of shareholders. And this is what we do. We facilitate this, and we increase their stock liquidity. There are soft values to this as well, like brand knowledge. You get vested partners in the network in a lot of countries, etc. But the shareholder spread and us taking them public in a way that many companies can't afford, or if they can afford it, they don't know how. These are the two main values we bring to the company. So becoming a member in VA is very simple. You just subscribe. It's a monthly fee. There are a number of membership levels that I'll present to you. And when we do this, we also offer to open a brokerage account for the member in one of our partner banks. If the member has their own brokerage account already, we're happy to send the stock there. What we do is we operate our site as an information base about the projects. And again, you can trade the shares in the companies published on the site between the members, not openly, but between the members. You can cancel your subscription at any time. No termination notices, no fine print like that. It's very, very straightforward, very simple. Membership levels are silver, which gives you access to the trading facility, trading in use, and our crowdfunding offers. Then you have gold membership level, which is the first level where we actually do free share allocations. The gold members receive free share allocations, usually at least once per month, often more. And we also pay out dividends from the Viral Angels Performance Fund. The platinum level membership has the double free share allocation quota versus gold, and we also increase the performance fund dividends. And last, the Viral Agent package, where we actually train and educate the member, and we do it to an extent where we actually allow the member to work for us and represent us and sign up companies, which means that member can take an own stake in each deal as well. And we also have a special fund for viral agents that we pay a special dividend from. On top of all of that, it's a significantly higher free share allocation quota as well. On top of this, what we do is we run something we call VA on Tour, which means we hold a small seminar every 6 to 8 weeks in a new city, where the companies that are published on VAX can attend as well and present themselves to the members, because we believe it's always good to meet people in person. We also do other shareholder activities in specific cases, and we run crowdfunding activities. Of course, you can also trade once the stock is fully public, you're free to trade it as you want to, but the power of all the members is that we can actually move the market if we operate together. So sometimes VA will actually say that, give directions and hints and tips on what's good for the members in total, and give you some insight on how to deal on the market in a specific case. Oh, sorry about that. That was the last slide. Sorry, guys. So it is as simple as that. The main part here is the free share allocations, and so far we've been pretty active on this. We like to keep it simple. We like to keep it uncomplicated, and we think we've got a very nice compensation structure as well for networkers. Straightforward and easy to maintain. So, Gerwin.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Yeah, we've got a couple of questions coming in. If there's anybody wants to ask Tony some questions, please type them into the box at the bottom. But here's a straightforward one. What are the prices of the membership levels?
Yeah, the membership levels are: silver is 29 euros per month, gold is 79, platinum is 135 euros per month, and viral agent is 570 euros per month.
Okay, thank you. Right, next question. There's an IQ money offer on at the moment. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, IQ Money is a very interesting project. It's we actually did a separate webinar on this as well, and what they do is they've developed a platform together with Saxo Bank where a member can trade behind another trader. So it's basically like a social network. You can see how other traders operate, and you could almost see it as playing behind someone if you're standing behind someone playing blackjack. Same thing, but with stock trading. Very interesting platform. They're going public on, they're listing on a one of the small cap lists in Stockholm. Good list, and we're helping them in that process. And right now they're doing an offering to finalize their platform and go live in, I think it is May or June. So it's a very interesting thing. I think it's one of our stronger cases we have. Very well packaged, and I think it's gonna perform well.
Okay, absolutely fantastic, and that is everybody must have understood what you were talking about, because that is the final question. So if there's any more questions, please type them in now. Obviously, otherwise you've all understood this 100%, which I'm sure I didn't when I first seen it. So okay.
Do you have any more questions coming in?
Wait a second. Aha, right. Right, what do you mean by an exit strategy?
Well, usually if you look at investing in a private company, I mean, the advantage of going public is that you can always sell your stock, or at least it's a lot easier. And the problem in many cases and many investments is that you actually receive a value, you receive an ownership, but the problem is you can't actually sell it. There's no exit. That is what you talk about in exit strategies. How do you actually get out of your position and get cash? Well, in this case, since all these companies are going public, there is an exit strategy, because it's extremely likely that you'll be able to sell your stock if you want to. Or hang on to it if you'd like to see it perform even better. It depends on how you think it's going to go. But it's entirely up to you.
Okay, thank you. Right, okay, next question. Can one sell their shares once they're allocated, and how does one go about it?
Yes, they can. What they can do is, if the company is not public yet, they can offer other members to buy it off them. So you can trade directly between members. If the stock is public already, then you just sell it on the open market as any other public stock.
Okay, interesting question here. Can one lose in this?
Well, you're actually paying a membership, so you're not paying sort of, it's not an investment. You're receiving all the shares for free. So yes, you could lose in the sense that for instance, we don't perform well in terms of share allocation. So far we haven't. We've performed very well. The shares could become worthless. Yes, that's always the risk as well. So you need to be very open with that. Shares could go down as well as up, and we're often very careful about saying down first. This is important from a legal aspect and in general as well. So always need to be very open with people about that.
Right, okay, thank you. Right, here's a question I think we're going to need a crystal ball for, but what happens if the stock market collapses with all the European financial crises going on at the moment? How secure is this?
Well, I'd say this. I've worked with this through two crises now, and I mean the last one has been pretty bad. But I've had a saying which is that, you know, a good deal is always a good deal. And, you know, the fundamentals in a company, if a company is a sound business, it's going to perform well whether the market is up or down. And usually, since we work with small cap stock, it performs in a whole different way than the major indexes do. I mean, when a recession hits or market crashes, it's the indexes, the heavy, big stock, blue chip stocks, usually take a beating. Small cap might as well do that, but they're less sensitive in that sense. And there's always an opportunity for us to bring new companies on. So I'm not as concerned as many other about the sort of the condition of the stock market, even though when something's operating well and the markets are doing well, of course that's better, everybody's in a better mood. But we're not really that affected by it. But it's impossible, again, to say how it's going to perform in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, right, question. If something's happening in the... Let me just go up a second. Right, does one receive warnings of something happening in the market in time to make adjustments?
No, we don't. And the reason for that is we're not allowed to. The only thing we can do is when the companies use us as a marketing channel and they send out news to you, it's of course automatically sent to our members. But that's all. We're not actually allowed to give you any advice in that sense.
Right, okay. Is there a join-up fee, initial membership fee?
No, it's only the monthly fee.
Right, so there's absolutely no joining fee at all?
No.
Okay. Are some stocks more speculative than others, such as AIM-listed or shell companies?
Yeah, certainly. I would say that in any kind of stock, in any small cap stock, they are highly speculative. But we're trying not to throw darts. We're just, I mean, when we go after a case, we've actually looked at a number of factors, so we're pretty sure that it's going to perform well. So, I mean, we're not just taking a punt at it, of course. I would say that it's a hard question to answer, and more because it's such a wide range of companies. But we're trying to stay out. Specifically, AIM is a list we're staying out of right now because we think that that list has lost some of its liquidity and credibility as well with investors. But I mean, these lists come and go, so in a few years that might change. But right now, we're not doing too much on it.
All right. Okay. Okay. This is an easy question to answer. Can I upgrade my position at any time?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Fantastic. Right. Another question: is any progress on the company DST that was introduced in the meeting in London?
Very slow progress. We were about to sign an agreement with them the next day, and the problem was, and their CEO agreed, but the board didn't really agree on the strategy of going public. So we're still negotiating that, and unfortunately they're taking a lot of time. So I hope to see them on board, but nothing's signed yet. So it's a bit frustrating because we've had a lot of members interested in these two.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. And one final question with regards to this: how are you advertising VA at the moment?
We're only promoting VA through our networkers, and when it comes to the cases, we're identifying companies through our network in corporate finance. So we're not actually actively advertising VA. We prefer to keep it like that so we can operate the way we want to.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. Well, that was the final question with regards to this. We have got one more to ask, but today is the 7th of April, and this last question coming in now is not going to be valid for anybody listening to the recording, which I'll be uploading probably within about 1 hour from now. So that answers the other question as to whether this will be recorded or not. Yes, it will be. The question is the deal that's on without IQ Money at the moment. What is it, and when is it valid until?
Yeah, so we have a promotion closing at 12 o'clock tonight, actually. Anybody who brings in a member, sponsors a new member on VA, that member will receive a full share allocation in IQ Money, and the sponsor will actually receive an equal allocation as well as a sign-up bonus. But that ends at 12 o'clock tonight, so we don't have too much time left on that campaign.
Right, okay. And since we've been talking, there's been a couple more questions coming in. So if we got 1 or 2 minutes here. All right. Well, yeah. This is a question that we may not be able to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Could one be looking at 4, 5, 6 years ahead and expect a good return? Could I retire?
Well, yes, it's impossible to answer that. I mean, first of all, it depends on how much you invest. If you invest on your own in cases we present, and secondly, it of course depends on how the shares perform. But and of course, the most important question is how much are you satisfied with in order to retire? So I would say it's just impossible to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And one final question, so if we can leave this to be the last one, and it's a very good question. To receive the bonuses, or the network bonuses, does one have to be an NY?
Yes, you do. That's correct.
Okay, I thought that was correct. Okay, and the last question is, thank you very much, and I'll reiterate that question. I'll reiterate that and say thank you very much, Tony, for coming on this Sunday night. And like I said, this will be available on demand very shortly. So thanks for everybody who attended, and thank you, Tony, for taking part. So I wish you all a good night and have a great rest of your evening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.